Away from that, Ruminations at the National Land Conference are seeking improved land security policies to show respect and recognition for land rights owners for the vulnerable groups in society, especially women and smallholder farmers. The justification is secure land rights is the basis to trigger the realization of all the sustainable development goals that must be achieved by 2030.
It's been decades fighting for the land rights of women, a segment of the population providing food, a basic necessity for most households. In areas where agriculture and the forest is their main source of feeding, the struggle is the women who have no or barely any rights or legal control over the land on which they depend. On the part of customary land rights, the discussion is the lack of equity and beneficial ownership to customary lands owned by stools, skins, families or clans, usually held in trust by chiefs, head of family or a male. The call is to remove the limitations where stronger land rights will lead to women empowerment, increase economic activity, strengthen food security, help reduce poverty and conflicts.
If you look at the Constitution, there is the framework for sharing royalties and ground rents from the customary land areas. And in that framework, it talks about the traditional leaders and the traditional council. Queen mothers are not part of any of this. And so there is a disbursement that goes to the traditional leaders. The queen mothers don't benefit from it. In many cocoa farming areas, you realize that the farmers travel from some parts of the country, go and acquire the land, and later they bring their wives to come and help on the farm. When they are talking about the ownership of the farm, it is always the man and not the woman.
The executive director of Kolandef, Madame Amayira, said giving attention to the land-related issues is a step away to meeting the 13 land-related indicators of the SDGs.
The livelihood issues, the poverty issues, the food security issues, all of these are captured in the SDG goals. So we are hoping that through this dialogue, we'll be able to see improved security of tenure, we'll be able to see improved land use planning, we'll be able to see improved institutional capacity so that we will be able to act in a way that land administration services offer better solutions to the land.
The Executive Secretary of the Lands Commission, Mr. James Dodson, said clear reforms are being implemented to address the multiple challenges in the land sector.
We want to have a review meeting to see how far we have implemented these measures. Digitization, even the customary sector. We want to help them to set up their land secretariats so that they will have up-to-date and credible records that they will use in managing their lands.
The 2022 National Land Conference had the theme, Leveraging National Land Policy, Legislation and Institutional Capacity Towards Sustainable Socio-Economic Development. Clara Milano, GBC News, Accra.